Yeah, welcome to the Knowledge Drop by Focus of the Flow Mode crew, bboydojo.com and Cypher Studio, Finland representing. On with the show. On with the show, we have a special guest today, and he goes by the name of RoxRite. Um, when I started as a young up and coming b-boy, we started getting tapes. We started getting videotapes from events from the States, such as B-Boy Summit 99, 2000, and some of these. And I saw a lot of this dude in a basketball jersey and a do-rag, rocking Jordans and kicking it with some ill phrases. And I'm like, damn, this kid got some style. And eventually was lucky enough to got to battle him a couple of times. So in that way, it's great to have him over here. We go back a long way, and on with the show. Let's get RoxRite right on the stream. Boom.
What's
Welcome,
up,
man.
man?
How you doing? How's it going?
I'm good, man. I'm doing good. Just constantly moving. I'm in the Yukon right now, but yeah, it's everything's good, man. Can't complain.
Oh, yeah, we've been working together a little bit in the near near past, and we're creating a course together for the dojo. And I've noticed your schedule has been hectic. How do you keep up
Yeah,
with the travel schedules and the time zones and the planes and all that stuff?
yeah. I mean, it's hard. You gotta just find that balance, just making sure you stay focused on the things you need to do, and with that time that you do have, make sure you get those things needed done, and then move on to the next place. But just keep your head on straight, because it's hard. It's not easy.
It's not easy. Do you get better with jet lag at all, or is it still hits you in the head every
Nah,
single
that's
time?
never ending, man. It hits you in the head every time.
No
I feel like I've
secret
been jet lagged for
formula.
like 20 years already.
Oh my god. And that's gonna stay
Nah,
there
nah. I mean,
whenever you
there's things you can do. Like, yeah, man.
word. Uh, I think we can start this off by checking out one of your earlier rounds, actually. So I'm gonna pull off one round from Freestyle Session 2004.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. The first time we came
Ooh,
to USA with Flomo Crew and
I
managed
remember
to
that one.
meet you guys. This was top 8, if I believe remember
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Yeah, top 8. That was a fun event.
Head hunting renegades. Good
Yeah.
memories. How did you remember that trip? Freestyle Session 8, 2004.
I mean, that trip was memorable. Yeah, that was such a memorable trip for me. I remember, those years specifically, like 03, 04, 05. It was just this fire, just like energy of wanting more and then just trying to get out there and be seen more. It was like a period of my breaking where I took the approach of all city mentality. It's like just get out there and be seen and just go out there and make noise. It's not always about winning. Just make sure you leave a mark and people remember who you are by what you're doing with your style, with your skills, and make sure that you're able to present yourself at the highest level. And going to freestyle session, that one specifically, there was just so many people with that mindset. And I think that's what made that event so special is you got all this fire and everybody aiming for similar targets of what they're trying to accomplish and establish within their breaking. And we all just happen to meet, young, hungry, up and coming dudes, and we happen to bump heads with each other on these events and battles and everything. So, man, it was special, man. It was just a beautiful experience, and hats off to Cross for continuously providing a platform for us to go out there and really just represent ourselves and do what we love, and yeah, man, making iconic moments like that. So it was really dope. That one was a memorable one for sure. And battling y'all and seeing y'all there, it was like, oh, like I don't know, the energy was dope because you guys were on that mindset and we were on that mindset. Two different ways of doing what we love. So you could see it in that
For
battle.
sure. It was a good chemistry in that battle too, and like you said, the energy was hype. Everybody was hungry, and the audience was packed up in different rows of people, so you could actually see 4 or 5 floors up. People just going crazy. So
Yep.
it's a great memory. All city mentality. Uh, was there something that inspired you for that? Like if you think about riders, if a rider goes all city, you can see the
Yeah, I
PC
mean,
trains going everywhere. Was there something that
yeah,
inspired you to go all city?
yeah, I mean, it's the mentality, it comes from graffiti, right? So all cities going like being everywhere, making sure everybody knows your name, and then breaking. And when you go back in the history of it, you've heard the OGs that pioneered this, that they were going to different cities to battle everybody. So that was the mindset. Instead of all city, of course, we're going cross state, cross the state borders, going to different countries. So what that mindset is like, okay, I'm not gonna tag out. I'm not an artist, but I'm gonna go battle and just put my name on the line everywhere. And if I don't do that, then I'm gonna go cipher against the Ellis Cats and make sure I leave my mark. So that was just the mindset, and that was the way that I approached it to breaking. But definitely, it was inspired from graffiti.
And that era too, we had a lot of people who were in that same mindset as well. So the ciphers was super hype. People were calling out other people in the ciphers too. It wasn't just all about the competition, like I feel it is these days. It's all about the one-on-one battle, and everybody's trying to win that title, get those streams or views or whatever. But
Yeah,
around that time, going all city meant that you had to make noise in all platforms, whether it was pre-parties, after parties, freaking ciphers before and during and after the events. Did I get that right?
exactly. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, people. Yeah, I mean, think about all the battles that were happening at that time. Some of the ones that people really got inspired from, or just you heard a lot about, were the cipher battles as well. They had a lot of volume and a lot of weight in the scene because that's how a lot of people got their names early on. Today we do it through the contest, right, like you said, which is cool. But I think it's important to understand that element of the culture and that side of the dance because it has a lot of value still, and it still happens, but we it's not at the level of intensity I feel as it was back then because people were going for people's heads. It was like my name ends if you beat me here today, so I'm here to take your name out. You know, like there was like, I felt like that was a mind state. Of course, you know, that's not the end. Of course, people were still gonna support one another, but there was intention and there was fire behind those battles, and people had purpose behind every time they stepped on the floor. So I think today everybody's trying to make it, and we are pushing each other to make it, which is beautiful. But try to preserve and understand that side of the dance. And yo, if somebody beats you in a battle and you feel you won, go smoke them. You can still do that today for free.
Yep, that's what's up.
You know.
Yep. Oftentimes, when I'm asked in workshops or interviews, what is the hardest battle that I ever did, I always have one answer, and that's our exhibition battle back in Outbreak 2009. So that's a while ago already. 12
Damn.
rounds, a lot of preparation for how many years is it? 14 years is it?
14,
I guess
14
so.
years. Going on 14 this year. Yeah, it'll be 14.
Wow. Feels like a
Oof, time
lifetime.
flies.
But then again, it
Yeah.
feels like yesterday. I want to ask you, how did you prepare for that battle?
Oh man, for that one, yeah, I remember it was like Max came to actually came to San Diego to help his brother move, and he asked me, "Is "Would you be done about focus?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." I don't do many exhibitions, you know. I've only done two exhibitions in my whole career, especially one-on-ones. So you were one of the, you know, you're one of the only two I've ever had. So I was like, you know what? I've seen focus around for all these years. Like, yeah, let's do it. And he's like, but it's gonna be 12 rounds. I was like, oh damn. I was like, all right, cool. But it definitely gave me like uh, it helped me prepare in a way where I was more committed to or more disciplined. So I was doing like bike rides every morning. I would wake up. First thing I would do before I would do anything else was hop on a bike and just ride for probably 45 minutes, then come back home, stretch. And I was doing that daily, especially when I was home. And then just practicing. I tried to just make sure that I stayed consistent with practice in a way that I enjoyed it. You know, I think I didn't want to put the pressure of like, oh, I need to do this, this, and this. It was like, no, let's just utilize this time, this battle, for you to level up. And as you know, at first it was rough because I wasn't. I felt like I had been off track because I moved to a new city. That helped me kind of get my wheels rolling and getting my gears kicking in the he's kicking in the gear, you know. And yeah, it took a while, but yeah, that was it. Basically, like breaking and riding every day and stretching consistently. And I felt like it started to show. The funny thing is that all that training since we found out we were gonna battle each other, uh, it didn't come out, or those methods of practicing didn't shine till I battled Boogie Brats I closed out the month before me and you battled. That was like
Mm,
the like okay, I hit the pocket. I think I'm in my zone, and then
dope, dope.
yeah,
I trained with
that's what.
my martial arts teacher back then, so he was hitting me hard. He was punching me to be ready for the battle, and he would also take me to the gym. So we would have a couple of martial arts sessions in a week. We would have 2 or
Hmm.
3 gym sessions in a week, and I would break
Hmm.
on top of that. So that was intense.
There's a lot.
And I guess, yeah, I guess my mistake was that after that battle, I was so used to the way of training that I kept going the same way. And of course,
Hmm.
if you go like this for years, then your body is going to suffer and you're going to get some injuries. So
Yeah,
if
we
I
gotta
got
find the
one regret,
balance.
yeah, if I got one regret in my career, is just keeping going hard, not learning to listen to your body and know your limits.
Yeah, no,
It is what
I
it
feel
is.
that. I feel that. No, that's true. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
And in that
yeah,
battle, I
you gotta be
felt
careful.
like halfway through the battle, I felt like, okay, now I met somebody who's not gonna run out of stamina, who just keeps going and who keeps coming out with new stuff with no sign of fatigue. Round 4, round 5, I felt I was dead. My legs was shaking already. I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm done." And you think about it, it's like, all right, 8 rounds to go, 7 rounds to go. It's a lot when you hit that
Yeah,
wall.
well, yeah, I felt, you know what, it's funny. I think the fifth and sixth rounds, that's when I was really feeling it. And I was like really getting in this like fatigue mode where I felt like my legs were starting to give out on me. And even though I was utilizing more footwork in those rounds, I felt like, okay, at this point, like then we still got like another 6, 7 rounds to go. I have to really reevaluate where I'm at in this moment right now and like kind of rethink the strategy and like, okay, maybe drop a little bit shorter round because people don't realize, man, like you do a lot of footwork, and for you to be delivering so many rounds of heavy tags continuously, like yo, that's draining on the legs. And for me, when I started with certain things in that battle, and then I went into the footwork side, and when I got into the footwork, I'm like yo, like I felt that it was like hard on the body, but you have to really be on that level, man. You got to have that mindset, and you got to want to keep pushing. I mean, that was definitely an intense moment. But yeah, I think it was like battling you there as well. Was like it gave me perspective on like how to measure the battle too, because I know that you weren't there to just like do like one big round of big moves and be like, let me blow it up. It's like I knew our battle was gonna be like technical. I knew that you were like strategic. You had your game plan. You had the things that you were gonna expose me with, and then I had the things that I felt I had to expose you with. So it was like a chess game, and we weren't just gonna be like, let me throw it all out in one shot. It was like little piece here, little piece there, a little bit of that there, and it's just the art of battling and knowing that you're battling somebody with that mind state and that maturity of battle understanding. It's rare, and that's why I think we kind of come off um, nostalgic or maybe a little too, I guess you could say, egotistical at times when we say like, oh yeah, we were about that and have this mindset, but it's like really in reality, it's like when you meet your match or you meet people that have that understanding of the art of battling, they're gonna dig deep and they're gonna get you to find those better things in you or your weaknesses, and that's the depths of battling. And it sounds cliche to say, I guess, when we say that, but the reality is maybe you haven't battled people that are that technically sound to be aware that they have that kind of vocabulary that can really take you deep into to some rounds where you're gonna get exposed. Everybody's like blow it up, but there's only so many blows before you can do before like all the technical and style and like being on point with different things comes in.
Yeah, and that's when it comes down to strategy, and that's when it comes to a mental battle. You battle against yourself and your limitations, and how do you get over it? How do you overcome your own limits? That's beautiful, and that's something I learned from this battle too. Is like how can you go beyond your mental limitations and still keep going because your mind is strong. It's a lot stronger than you
Yeah.
think, and it's gonna tell you you gotta quit. But if you keep going and go beyond it, don't listen to it, you find out there's a lot that you can do. There's like the
Yeah,
reservoir or whatever. The capacity is a lot bigger than you think.
exactly. Yeah, and then when you find that second win, it's those the people that can find their second win, I think they're the most dangerous.
For sure. For sure. Oh, ever since then you be keeping battling and you still keep battling. What keeps you battling? What motivates you as a b-boy, as a person who competes?
I mean, for
these
me, it's
days?
just the dance itself, right? The craft of breaking. It's a battle dance for me. It's I feel like it's birth and just the traditions, the way it was passed down, the way this dance has been pushed forward, has been through battling. Of course, in today's era, we get into this competition side of things. Um, but I enjoy that. I enjoy still being able to compete. It pushes me to continuously challenge myself to reinvent myself, um, and just do it at a level where I feel like it's creative. I'm still, and also lately, I mean, for me, the last couple of years, I just found this new way of moving within my style and the way that I do things, that I almost found this new love for my passion. Even though I've always been passionate and been into it heavily, the last couple of years I found like I like unlocked this new code for my style and the way that I move, and it's just gave me a fresh like a fresh air, like breath of fresh air now, and I feel like renewed in the way that I break, and this just I don't know, I just love it, and it's that I have the ability, and because this is my lifestyle and because this is my career path, this is what I do. So I'm completely just indulging the idea of leveling up my breaking. And of course, the competitive side tells me like, oh, can you keep up with these young guys, or can you battle this guy or that guy? And those things also give me motivation to I will, but because I have been able to do that, it shows that I'm able, and that those things keep me driven.
Hey, the video is back. Here we go.
Yeah. Sorry, it was
Greetings
like
from Uvascular City, my old town. A question from
nice.
Anthony the Gooseman. What is your favorite battle? What is your favorite battle? What inspires you the most out of other people's
And
battles?
my favorite battle, damn, I think one of my favorite battles I've seen firsthand was when Flowmaster called out came out at B-Boy Summit. Like that call out to me, I was like right there in the middle, like in front row of that cypher, just with this little kid watching, and then you seen Flow just like flip over, jump. Oh no, he slid under Ivan, and he gets up right and came out. So he's like, "Yo, what's up?" And it's like, and then they started just going at it. It was so sick. Like that was a super dope battle for me to watch. Um, Man, I've seen a few other ones. I mean, recently, like for example, a recent battle that I really enjoyed watching was the Hustle Kids and Style Invaders battle. That was like really dope to see like the contrast and the approach. Yeah, it was really like stuff like that. Even newer battles, right? I'm trying to think what other ones I've seen. There's so many battles that I've watched that I've enjoyed. Just like there's one actually that I really liked watching. Was when Reveal battled Little John at this little house jam in LA. I think it was like a Break LA jam. And like Reveal and Little John, like they just went at it, and I just liked the way that they battled there, and it just looked really dope. Like that was another battle that I seen that was like inspiring because they're from my era, our generation, and the way they represent their breaking in that battle was really dope to watch. I think it's online somewhere, and I just came across it someday, and I was like, "Yo, this is dope."
Reveal versus
So
Lil Jon, was it? I haven't seen that.
it was
I
a
need to dig it
tournament.
up
They just
too.
they were just yeah, it was just it was dope. I was like, damn, Little John was nasty, Reveal was nasty, and it was just like they really like I really like that no, it wasn't exchange that battle they had was dope. Like, I was like, damn, this is
Wow.
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
So many good
that
battles.
one.
Hard to pick one.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah,
If
it's
I had
hard
to
to pick
go
just one. You can't
for my
say one.
all-time favorite, it has to go back to B Street. The
Yeah.
blue side versus the red side. It has to be New York City Breakers versus Rocksteady. And it's funny that when I teach workshops, I always ask people like, how many people over here saw B Street? How many people over here saw Wild Style or Star Wars? And um, sometimes we get a couple of names, but not too many people who did their homework when it came to the classic hip hop movies. So people
Yeah.
grow up into a different scene these days. But it's always good to know your
No,
tradition and go back to your
for
classics
sure.
and re-go back to
Definitely.
your classics too.
I mean, yeah,
Sweet.
everybody, I think from our era, definitely B Street was a big piece of like influence in our breaking. Like everybody that, at least from our era, for sure, is like, what did you watch? Oh, I watched B Street, like Rocksteady versus New York City Breakers. Like, that's an iconic battle for a lot of us.
Always, always. A new battle, so many hard to mention one. Of course, Fleet Rock versus Chica Kicks last year was dope. Or was it 2 years ago? Anyhow, 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
2 years now. Yeah, 2 years ago already. Yeah.
Iconic new generation versus
Yeah.
our generation in that way. So yeah, dope things. Uh, what is your goals in life as a b-boy? You keep going. What do you aim to? What do you want your legacy to be about? What do you want RoxRite to be remembered from?
Damn, that's a tough one. I mean, for me, I just hope I can inspire people, or that I, help lead the way for people to pursue this to a higher level in terms of one, skill wise, the other is also pursuing this as a profession. And if you choose to pursue this as a way out of where you're at, and making a living from it, I hope that I can help guide people throughout my career and be an example of doing that. And just want to see the community grow and rise, and I want more opportunity to come for future generations. um so yeah, I mean, for me, it's just hopefully, yeah, the goal is to just do that, I guess, in many ways, is leave a mark, and lay out a blueprint or something that's valuable, where people can lead, or can follow something. As in, you can use me as an example, and my career as an example of being into the art and being passionate about one side of the culture, but also being able to push yourself forward and make this also a career, which a lot of us, I think, are doing. So
You've definitely made your mark and left left a great example for the next generation to work with. Like we say in the last comment, Kurt Rage, RoxRite is my hero. So shout out to Kurt Rage over there.
I know Kurt's funny. What's up, Kurt?
There we go. And since you are on a schedule, gotta hop for the next class in a bit. A
Mhm,
quick word about the course that we are building for bboydojo.com right now. There's a freebie already available. Course is halfway done, so it'll be done soon. So if
mhm,
anybody's listening to this or watching this, go to bboydojo.com/roxrite, get the taste of it. Can you explain slightly what's
mhm.
going to be on the final course? What's the whole thing going to be
Yeah, I
about?
mean, the course is definitely something that I put time and effort into making sure that I deliver what I believe has helped me really stay relevant for as long as I have, and consistent with dance. Because one thing is learning movements and moves, but understanding how to utilize them to the highest level is very important. So with freezes and transitions being two of the pieces of my breaking that really I've continued to utilize, I feel like it's something that is long lived, so it'll last for a long time for you guys, because once you understand that part of your breaking, you really expand. So yeah, I'm gonna be definitely breaking down a lot of freezes, how to utilize them, how to maximize that side of your breaking, and then how to utilize your transitions with the way you move in and out of like your footwork. Even as basic as just transitioning from basic steps to your back, is that's a transition. So learning how to play with that. um yeah, transition through levels, transition from movement, just connecting moves. And there's so many different ways to utilize your transitions, because that's what's going to set you apart from a lot of what people are doing in breaking. So I just want to share with that, and that that's the I think the final product is going to be a statement to the way that I've carried my style throughout all these years, and I've continued to evolve it. So that's my goal, is to get that across in this program, and share it with the world, and share it with you guys that are, here.
Yeah, and I've already learned a lot from the mini course that we put together for the site, and I'm looking forward to getting an access for the whole course and update my style and take my skills to another level. So should everybody else. So
Thank
again,
you,
go and
man.
check out bboydojo.com/roxrite and get the freebie going for the mini course that's out there already. Cool. Any shout outs for the last words before you have to teach another class in Canada?
Guys, well, shout out to B-Boy Dojo for having me. You Focus for, having me be a part of this, and for having me on board to do the program. I think it's a really dope thing, really dope opportunity, and just glad to see people like you pushing that forward. I think it's a piece of the puzzle that we can utilize more of. So just keep doing what you're doing, and of course, shout out to my crews, shout out to Flomo, shout out to everybody doing what they love with this craft, and just keep pushing forward. And much love to everybody.
That's what's up. All right. Thank you for your time. I'll kill it at the class today and let's stay in touch, man. Hopefully, a lot of people see this. Like the last comment says, I don't understand why not a lot of b-boys are not watching this. Well, you should. Anyhow.
Hey, you're one of the
All right.
few. So
That's it,
just
yo. Thank you for the time and a good talk. I see you on travels real soon. Anybody
no doubt.
else, head out to b-boydojo.com and get the free lessons out there, y'all. We are signing out with the knowledge drop. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace out, y'all. Have a good one.